Hi everybody, welcome back to Tuesday Tips. I'm actually really excited to be starting this new Tuesday tip ritual. I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as I am. I never thought that I would be excited to go live on Facebook because it is a little nerve-wracking, but I'm excited to do it and I hope that it is helpful for you guys and that you're enjoying it as well. So also, I hope you guys are enjoying the holiday season. We're starting to kick things off with parties and dinners and all of those kinds of things. And I hope you're embracing every second of it because you should. So during the month of December, I want the Tuesday tips to be very practical and actionable for you guys. I know that we're all being inundated with tons of information on like how to stay healthy through the holidays and how to avoid eating indulgent meals and avoid eating dairy and sugar during the holidays, and that's oftentimes just not sustainable or fun. So I want these tips to be really practical, and it's something I'm passionate about in my practice too, is that we're consistently focusing on what you get to have, what you get to do versus what you don't get to do. So always focusing on enhancing and upgrading versus depriving and taking away. So with that, the place that I wanted to start with today, the tip that I wanted to share, was how to stop eating so quickly. So this is something that came up this past weekend at the Love Your Belly Digestion Workshop at New Women's Space. And it comes up a lot when I'm working with clients, this idea of like scarfing down our food as quickly as possible. And I get it. You know, there was a time that I did it as well. And it can be pretty destructive to our relationship with food, our relationship with our body. It can lead to weight gain, it can lead to low energy, and of course digestive issues, because generally when we're eating too quickly, we're not chewing our food. And as you guys know, anybody who's been following me for a while, I am a stickler for chewing your food at least 20 to 30 times, because it's really difficult for our bodies to break down those larger chunks of food, essentially. So it could be very taxing on our digestive system. So where does this pattern of eating too quickly really come from? Have you ever really thought about that before? Many of us haven't. And it can come from a couple different places, but the areas where I've found it most common in my clients and the people that I've worked with is two different places. Number one, because we're eating out of convenience, essentially. We're eating on the go, we're rushing. So we'll find time to scarf down a sandwich while we're waiting for the subway or we're in between meetings. In this state, we're usually stressed out, we're anxious, we're multitasking. So of course we're gonna eat too quickly because we're not honoring that meal time. It's just something that we're doing because we're gonna pass out if we don't eat. And then another place that it can come from, this idea of eating too quickly, is from the diet mentality. And the diet mentality is really so destructive. And I've talked about this before, but the diet mentality breeds the idea of wanting to scarf down our meals at designated meal times because we're afraid that we won't be able to eat again for a while. Our bodies, our minds are afraid that we're not going to be able to eat again until that designated meal time. And in between then, we might be experiencing hunger pains. And it's almost like, oh my gosh, get the food inside me as quickly as possible because I don't want to feel that starving feeling. Also, if you've identified foods as good or bad foods, generally those bad foods we tend to scarf down as quickly as possible because we are almost eating behind our back. So if it's gone really quickly, it's almost as if it didn't happen. So those are a few places where the pattern of eating too quickly can come from. And I wanted to give you guys some really practical and actionable tips so that you can start to break that habit and introduce more slow and more pleasurable eating into your life. And the tips may seem overly simple, but I promise you that even though they seem simple, they layer on top of each other. And it's these small habit changes over time that really yield to large results, to bigger results, to more impactful results for our health and our life. So even though they're small, don't underestimate their power. So the first tip is something really simple. It's simply putting your fork down in between bites. And And basically what that means is you take a bite of food, you put your fork down, you chew it 20 to 30 times, most likely, and you don't pick up your fork again until that bite has been swallowed. And you'll notice this will automatically cause you to slow down. And at first you might be like, oh my God, instinctively I just want to like shove another bite in my mouth. Just notice that feeling. Don't judge it. Be curious about it. And know that, again, this isn't going to happen overnight. It's not going to become part of who you are overnight. It's going to take practice. So the second tip that I have for you guys around slowing down when you're eating is really helpful for when you are out to a holiday dinner with friends or family. And it's to play the slowest eater at the table game. So no one has to know you're playing this at all, and there's really no like prize other than the satisfaction of knowing that you ate your meal slowly and methodically, and that you didn't scarf it down like many of the other people at the table might be doing. And this will also help you become witness to your patterns as far as overeating and mirroring what other people at the table are doing, and notice how quickly other people are eating as well. It's an opportunity also for you to empower other people to slow down as well. There's something that I talk about a lot in my workshops and in my work with clients, and it's the idea of the French paradigm. And why is it that they can eat these indulgent, delicious, buttery meals but not gain weight? And there's a couple of reasons why. Like portion control is definitely a big one, but also because they build relaxation into their meal times. They eat slowly. Meal times aren't something that's just done out of convenience. It's honored, and it's a pleasurable experience for everyone. So those are my tips for you guys. I hope that they are inspiring and actionable for you. And if you feel like this is something that you need a little additional support around, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. Again, I am happy to support and be of service in any way that I can. And I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your week, and I will see you next Tuesday. Bye!